Hey, welcome everybody. This is my little testing out live video, but today I want to talk a little bit about constraint layout. So you open up Android Studio, and I assume you already know how to set up a new project, and I assume you already know how to create layouts and stuff. Maybe you use a lot of linear layouts or relative layouts. When I first started, I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff. So something like this was maybe you might use a relative layout for, but today I want to talk a little bit about constraint layout. Constraint layout is very popular, or not popular, but it's a library that allows you to position stuff specifically. So anyway, this is just to clarify, this is just kind of a test. I might do more videos if you like it, but let's just do something really quick. So say we have a progress bar. You might be used to like kind of centering it to wherever you want it to be centered, but we're going to talk a little bit about how we can position icons. So a lot of times I'm going to switch between the design and text mode here. I never use that for years. I've always used the keyboard shortcut, which is like on Mac, it's Shift, Control, Right arrow. So you can kind of, you can go back and forth between design and text mode. I do that all day long whenever I'm doing layouts. It's like Shift, Control, Right arrow, and just do that and you'll switch between it. Okay, so we have our loading icon there, but we want to position it. So if you see these absolute X and absolute Y stuff, we really don't want this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete both of those. I'm going to go ahead and make a self-closing HTML or XML tag. So how do we want to position this? So if we open up the preview over on the right side, you can see we have the loading icon and it's in the top left. So what can we do to position it? So as long as our parent tag is constraint layout, or parent is constraint layout, we have a lot of special stuff available to us. So let's do this. Let's do right of parent, and that should put it over to the right. So it's basically saying, hey, this progress bar here, I want it to be whatever its parent is, which is constraint layout right there, that it's going to be to the right of that. So, and you can do the same thing in design mode. I just never use the design mode. It's much faster for me to just switch between text mode and do it this way. But you can do it all, pretty much you can do everything here in, design mode. So I'm going to switch back there. So let's do something else. Let's do bottom to bottom of parents. And now it's at the bottom. You see it behind the floating action button. Or say we want to center this loading icon, which is popular. So let's do left, parent, and top, parent. So here it is. So you can see we have this loading icon. Now I don't really like the color, so let's change the colors really quick. And again, if you're just joining us, I'm just kind of testing out this app or testing out live streaming. I might do more live streaming. So CE00, let's do 0000. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, do that there, and let's just do black there, and this should change our colors. One more 0, I think. There we go. And the cool thing is you can actually use the color picker here and pick something darker. So I'm going to pick a darker color. I'm going to save that. It's going to go back to, and here we go. So now all the colors are working just fine. So let's just go ahead and just for kicks, let's get rid of that. Not really what I wanted to do. Let's do this. Let's create a new text view. So you could drag one in easily just from the widgets over there, or you can do it programmatically, or not programmatically, but from here. Let's do wrap. Let's do text equals welcome. And let's have this be the top. So let's go up. Let's do padding. We'll do 24 dp. That's good. Maybe we can do text size. We'll do 32 sp. Nice big welcome message. Let's do text color. We'll do black. There we go. Let's see what else we can do. So we have the welcome there. I'm trying to think of what else. Let's center it. Okay, let's do right parent. It pulls it to the right, and then we can do left parent. And because we're both pulling it to the left and to the right of the parent, it'll center it. So you notice it's kind of like when we say left to left of, what we really mean is we want this welcome text to pull to the left. So I'll go ahead and just get rid of, just to show you, I'll get rid of that. So it's being pulled over to the left. So it's, see that arrow there? It's pulled over to the left. But we can also pull it over to the right, and it can't pull it all the way over to the right and all the way over to the left, so it centers it. And there's other stuff you can do here with like 0dp. You can do stuff like that. We could do text align center. So there are other ways we can do that. So something very else. So say we want to center. So we have our welcome message there. Say what we want to do is say we want to have something below it. What can we do? we can do this. We can do, let's just see something really quick. Yeah, so let's see what we can do. Okay, so we've got that. Let's put another text view. So let's just do this. I should do a button. So wrap. So we have our button there. It's so we'll do text equals submit. So maybe this is going to submit something. But look, see we have a welcome there. We have our submit button on top of it. It's kind of like this weird thing there. So what's going on? What we need to do is we need to actually say, hey, we want this submit button to be below the welcome. And we need to give it an ID. So what we can do to the button is we can do, hey, I want the top of this button to be to the bottom of, and then we need to pass in an ID. So let's give this an ID. We'll do ID equals, we'll do welcome. So we have welcome there. So now we can type it over here, welcome, and there we go. So the same thing, we can do right parent, or we can do right, I think we can do right to right welcome. And then we should be able to, I think we can do this, left of welcome, and that should center it. This is just the more enhanced way to do it. So you notice if we change, so say we change the welcome, say we get rid of the left to left of, see how it centers it there? So basically this submit button is kind of tied to the welcome message there. That's a little enhancement. It's a little bit complicated, takes some thinking, but so what else can we do? So we have our welcome, we have a button there. Say we want to put something below that. So we can do, the same thing, text view, wrap. We can do left. We can do the same thing, left to left of welcome. And we give this any text. There we go. So it's at the top. It's at the top. So we need to do the same thing that we did with the button. So we have top to bottom of. So let's do this. Actually, we need to give this an ID. But let's go ahead and do this. Let's do top to bottom of, and then we need to pass in an ID of the button. So we'll give the button ID. So we'll do ID equals, we'll do this submit button. We'll just name it like that. So, okay, now we'll come down here to the text view and we have welcome, or we have the here text there. So let's do this. Let's do submit button, and that should put it there. Then the same thing that we did for the button, we can do right to right of, I did left to left of, but right to right of welcome. So now everything is perfectly aligned. So let's do this. Let's do margin top. We'll do 24 dp. There we are. Let's do text size. We'll do 16 sp. Just so you always know, whenever you do dimensions or whenever you put in a number like margin or padding or text size or whatever, we put it in either like dp or sp. So for text size, we're supposed to always use, for text size, we're going to always use SP, and for like stuff like margin top, we're going to use DP. DP is just like kind of a unit of measurement, but SP, it actually allows, so say there's somebody with like vision is impaired a little bit or whatever, what they can do is they can go in and they can go into the phone settings and say, hey, I want to make the text size really big. So that's just one of the many benefits of SP, I think. That's just what you're really supposed to use. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I'll probably do part 2 sometime maybe later today or tomorrow. This was just kind of testing out the live feature because I'm doing this live on YouTube, and I just wanted to like see if people were interested in like live training sessions, and also just to show a little bit about constraint layout, just kind of what it was. Again, you can do most of the stuff in the design mode, and you can see here everything is, we could pretty much do the exact same thing that we did in text mode and design mode. I prefer text mode because that's just, I've been coding HTML, which is, or XHTML or XML for like 14 years, 15 years. So it just comes second nature to me. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I'll see y'all later. Leave a comment if you want another video, if you have questions. Thanks.